Hello everyone, this is Hugo from Ichiban Painting. Now it's going to be part 2 of the color blending, and we're going to do the highlights. Just wanted to show you before I start how diluted the paint is. This is extremely diluted. You can see it's water, basically more water than paint. So the thing you want to do, I had to change my setup because I saw the previous video, the color was not that great. Not the color, the lighting wasn't that great, so I changed the lighting position. You should see the setup, it looks crazy. I have lights, no space to put my arms, but so we're gonna be doing the highlights. So now for the highlights on this part, what you're gonna be needing is, the first highlight is gonna be a mix of gory red and bloody red together, almost at a 1-to-1 ratio, plus water, of course. Why am I putting some bloody red in it and gory red together? It's because I want to ensure to have a smooth transition. Also, since I'm working with the highlights now, I'm going to be working with a little bit lighter tone than I used to be working with, a lighter mix, meaning that I'm going to put more water in. So basically what you want to do when you start doing your highlights like this, same thing, you want to wipe off your brush and you're going to go on the edge. So before on the shadow technique, we were working on the recesses. Now it's the opposite. We're going to be working on the edges of the cloak. So you want to hit the edge first. So you want to start in and hitting just the highest raised part of the cloak. You don't want to go into, you see, now that's what I explained a little bit earlier when I said when you're working with diluted paint you need to be careful. You saw that now my mix just dripped in, so I didn't wipe my brush enough now, so I'll have to correct that after. So you want to just go in. Bear in mind that it's really awkward for me to be painting in this position right now, so I'm sorry if the results are not that great, but at the end I'm gonna put pictures of this model with like I did in the previous video, with first highlight, second highlight, and then extreme highlights, all side by side. And I'm also gonna post pictures of a previous model that I painted before using this technique, previous cloaks, and so you're gonna be able to really see a really great job. So because like I said, now with the contraption and the way the camera is set up, it's really difficult for me to go in and to do those blends, because I'm actually working sideways for the camera and I have like lights everywhere that are actually blocking my my view. So you want to start in by, like I said, working on the highest raised parts of the miniature, and it's gonna take a couple of layers before you start seeing a result and a change of color in the highlight, because it's you know, it's really thinned out paint, so you don't have to worry about it not looking great when you start, or not being so much highlight because you're working with extremely diluted paint. So after you've done a couple of passes like I just did, so I did it probably like 4 or 5 times already on each of the edge, what you want to do is that you want to, hold on a second, I'm going to do it one more time, especially on that edge here. It doesn't want, oh my god, there's some kids fighting outside. I'm going to do it here again more, give it more subtle effect. So basically I'm not going to work on this area, I'm just going to concentrate here. I'll finish up later for the model purpose of it. So basically what you want to do when you pass here a couple of times is that you want to go in, take the same mix, and wipe off your brush, and then you want to do the same thing, go on the edge, but then make it go in the recess a little bit. So you want to go in a little bit in your recess, but you don't want to do it all the time. You just want to do it once or twice during the process of making it. and you don't want to go in too deep in the recess. Just go a little bit more than what you did previously. So instead of just working on the most raised edge, you want to go and fall in a little bit in. What it's going to do is going to be, again, so it's for the purpose of making your color transition really well. Also, one thing that's really important, be sure when you're at the edge of the surface, like here, be sure to be careful not to pull, because sometimes it has a tendency, the paint has a tendency to pull on the edge here. So be careful not that your brush strokes are not going to make it pull. So once you did that, you made it go in the recess a little bit, then you just do the same thing again. Go in and focus on your edge. Not the edge, but yeah, focus on the most raised edge of the miniature. And make sure it doesn't pull off, but still keep working it in. And basically what it is that you have to work it in until you're quite pleased with the first highlight. You know, and you know that we're going to be doing 2 other highlights with that, so you have to bear in mind that the other highlights are going to go on top of it, so it's going to reinforce the look of it. But it's already starting to take shape right now, so I'll finish up this right now, and then I'll move on to the second highlight. So now it's time to go in with the second highlight, which is going to be pure bloody red, extremely diluted again. Like, you know, this is the word of this technique is extreme dilution of paint. So here with your first highlight, you want to go in, and again, same thing, you want to hit only the most raised edges of the miniature at the beginning of of starting this technique. Sorry, my throat is killing me today. So you want to just hit the edges of the miniature and only the raised edge of it in the beginning, where normally the light would hit it, and that's going to give a really good color blend, and at the same time it's going to give a good you know, movement feeling and dynamic and 3D to the paint job that you're doing right now. So you just want to hit the edges. Same thing again. Just keep working on your edges. And sorry, I'm really sorry guys, I just forgot to take a picture of the first highlight. So I guess it's gonna be a picture of the second highlight and a picture of the extreme highlight only. I'm really sorry, I just totally forgot. It's my lunch break right now, so I'm fortunate enough that I have a long lunch break, but still I have another tutorial I want to film, because I went to buy some material for it right now, so I really wanted to film it now, because tonight I have to work on some miniature for my clients. So I'm trying to work faster than I should, but still it's gonna be alright. You're still getting the picture anyway. You can understand why am I doing this and how to do it. It's basically, you know, it's the same thing since the beginning of the video, but I just want to make sure that you guys can, you know, see it live and watch it unfold, how I do it from beginning to end, and then you can replicate it to your miniature and having some stunning miniature. You know, if you're using one of my technique, you know, and you're one of my followers on Twitter or you know, on Facebook or even on YouTube, you can, you know, just drop me a line. It makes me really happy to see picture of people that, you know, use my techniques or that use the techniques that I'm showing in the tutorial. It makes me really happy to see that I help somebody, and you know, because again, I'm not making these tutorial for myself. I'm making these tutorial for you guys, so really important. So basically what I'm gonna do again is I'm gonna finish off the second highlight, then we're gonna go in the extreme highlight. Okay, now for the last part. So what I did is I put some white in some gory red, bloody red, and then I'm just gonna go in and do the last one, which is the extreme highlights on this miniature. and be careful with the last highlight. First of all, you should run it really, 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 really diluted, and be really careful not to go too hard on it, because especially if you put in some white, and talking about colors like red, the highlights are really easy to make it turn like pinkish. So if you want to still keep some good red colors in it, you know, you need to be careful with that. So basically the last extreme highlighting, you don't even need to put a lot. You just go in and you can put a little bit of it, not too much. And then after that, what I do is I'm gonna come back in with my previous mix of my first highlight. That's what I'm doing now, and I'm just gonna go back on top of it. So I'm gonna actually be working with my extreme highlight, which is the red and white mix, and then I'm just gonna go back on top of it. So my extreme highlight, I try to keep only like one line of it on the miniature, not even going hard on the brush. And I'm going back in as soon as it dries, and it dries instantly. Even if you blow on it, I want to go back with my straight up diluted bloody red. Why? It's because, like I said, the little extreme highlight tones it down. So by doing a single line in the middle is going to give the middle portion of it a pop, but by using your color, the first highlight after, a second highlight, sorry, after, it's gonna make you control that it doesn't tone too much to the red, to the pink color. So basically that's it. That's how you do extreme you know, color blending with highlights and shadows. You know, sorry this model doesn't look like totally great. Normally, you know, I did this technique in 2 videos of 15 minutes, so probably like a total of 30 minutes to, you know, 40 minutes. But normally when I do this technique, it takes me like probably an hour to an hour and a half to 2 hours just to do a cloak like this, because I'm really trying to be precise with my brush, so that there's no demarcation line like you can see here. There is one right now. So you know, you really need to be careful with this technique and apply it and take your time. And I'll also make sure that my color, sometimes I work my color more. But like I said, at the end of the video, I'm gonna post pictures of previous cloaks that I've painted, or parts that I've painted using this technique, and then you're gonna be able to see for yourself when you take your time what it looks like.